Jim Kelly served as the Buffalo Bills quarterback from 1986 to 1996. Kelly led the Bills to 4 straight Super Bowls and became the heartbeat of their fast-paced K-gun offense. With 35,467 passing yards, he gave Buffalo stability and identity for more than a decade. Dan Marino was the Miami Dolphins quarterback from 1983 through 1999. Marino turned the Dolphins into a pass-first powerhouse and held the single-season record with 5,084 passing yards for 27 years. He's still the first name people think of when they think of Miami football. Tom Brady played quarterback for the New England Patriots from 2000 to 2019. Brady defined the Patriots for 2 decades, winning 6 Super Bowls and completely changing the franchise's expectations. His 219 wins with New England are the most by any quarterback with one team. Joe Namath represented the New York Jets at quarterback from 1965 to 1976. Namath became a legend with his Super Bowl III guarantee and delivered the biggest win in Jets history. Throwing 4,007 yards in 1967 made him one of the most influential players of his era. Ray Lewis anchored the Baltimore Ravens defense at linebacker from 1996 until 2012. Lewis set the standard for Baltimore's defensive identity and led 2 Super Bowl winning units. His 2,061 career tackles show how central he was to every phase of the defense. Anthony Munoz played offensive tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals from 1980 to 1992. Munoz protected Bengals quarterbacks at an elite level and earned 11 Pro Bowls, making him one of the best linemen in NFL history. He was the franchise's foundational piece for more than a decade. Jim Brown was the Cleveland Browns' featured running back from 1957 to 1965. Brown dominated the NFL, leading the league in rushing 8 out of 9 seasons and carrying Cleveland's offense. He's still the symbol of the Browns' greatest era. Joe Green led the Pittsburgh Steelers' defensive front from 1969 through 1981. Green represented the toughness of the Steel Curtain and brought a championship mentality to Pittsburgh. His 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards highlight how disruptive he was. J.J. Watt played defensive end for the Houston Texans from 2011 to 2020. Watt became the face of Houston football by dominating games and energizing the whole franchise. He recorded 20-plus sacks twice, something almost nobody else has ever done. Payton Manning guided the Indianapolis Colts at quarterback from 1998 to 2011. Manning transformed the Colts into a constant contender and won 4 MVP awards while leading one of the league's most precise offenses. His leadership completely reshaped the organization. Fred Taylor served as the Jacksonville Jaguars running back from 1998 until 2008. Taylor was Jacksonville's most reliable playmaker for a decade, combining power and speed. His 11,271 rushing yards remain the most in franchise history. Earl Campbell carried the ball for the Titans/Oilers organization from 1978 to 1984. Campbell played with unmatched physicality and set the tone for the Oilers' offense. His 1,697-yard MVP season in 1979 showed just how punishing he was. John Elway led the Denver Broncos at quarterback from 1983 to 1998. Elway carried Denver for 16 seasons and finished his career with back-to-back Super Bowl wins. His 148 victories as Broncos quarterback prove how long he kept the team competitive. Patrick Mahomes has led the Kansas City Chiefs at quarterback since 2017. Mahomes transformed the Chiefs into the NFL's modern dynasty, redefining what their offense could be with his arm talent, mobility, and creativity. He's already produced more than 27,000 passing yards and over 200 total touchdowns, unreal efficiency for such a short time. His playoff heroics, MVP seasons, and multiple Super Bowl titles show how completely he's changed the franchise's expectations and identity. Marcus Allen represented the Raiders as their running back from 1982 to 1992. Allen did everything, running, catching, blocking, and led the Raiders to a Super Bowl title. His 191 total yards in Super Bowl XVIII earned him MVP honors and cemented his legacy. LaDainian Tomlinson spent his career with the Chargers from 2001 to 2009 as their running back, and later the Jets. Tomlinson powered the Chargers' offense with elite versatility, dominating as both a runner and receiver. His 31-touchdown MVP season is still one of the greatest ever. Emmit Smith played running back for the Dallas Cowboys from 1990 to 2002. Smith was the engine behind the Cowboys dynasty and delivered consistently in the biggest games. His 18,355 rushing yards make him the all-time NFL leader. Lawrence Taylor starred at linebacker for the New York Giants between 1981 and 1993. Taylor revolutionized defensive football with his power and speed off the edge. His 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards show how unstoppable he was. Reggie White served as the Philadelphia Eagles defensive end from 1985 to 1992. White overwhelmed blockers with his strength and technique and became the heart of the Eagles' defense. He racked up 124 sacks in his 8 seasons with Philadelphia. Darrell Green played cornerback for Washington from 1983 all the way to 2002. Green played 20 years with Washington and stayed one of the fastest players in the league well into his late 30s. Starting 258 games shows how consistent and durable he was. Walter Payton was the Chicago Bears running back from 1975 to 1987. Payton did everything, running, catching, blocking, and became the soul of the Chicago offense. His 16,726 rushing yards still place him among the league's all-time greats. Barry Sanders played running back for the Detroit Lions from 1989 to 1998. Sanders' elusiveness made every play a highlight waiting to happen, even on struggling teams. He topped 1,000 yards in all 10 seasons, a level of consistency almost nobody matches. Bart Starr quarterbacked the Green Bay Packers from 1956 through 1971. Starr led the Packers through the Lombardi dynasty with calm leadership and clutch performances. Winning 9 playoff games in a small playoff era shows how productive he was when it mattered most. Alan Page anchored the Minnesota Vikings defense at defensive tackle from 1967 to 1978. Page drove the Purple People Eaters defense with rare athleticism and intelligence. He became the first defensive player to win NFL MVP. Highlighting his dominance, Matt Ryan served as the Atlanta Falcons quarterback from 2008 to 2021. Ryan gave Atlanta stability and brought the franchise to its most productive offensive era. His 59,735 passing yards with the Falcons make him their all-time leader by a wide margin. Luke Kuechly was the Carolina Panthers' middle linebacker from 2012 to 2019. Kuechly's football IQ and instincts made him the centerpiece of Carolina's toughest defenses. He consistently posted 10-plus tackles per game. Showing how involved he was every week, Drew Brees led the New Orleans Saints at quarterback from 2006 until 2020. Brees revitalized the Saints and brought the city its first championship. With 68,010 passing yards in New Orleans, he completely redefined the team's offensive identity. Derrick Brooks played linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 1995 to 2008. Brooks led Tampa's defense with speed, discipline, and leadership through their top era. His 1,300-plus tackles highlight how consistently he delivered over a long career. Larry Fitzgerald played wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals from 2004 to 2020. Fitzgerald gave the Cardinals 17 seasons of reliability, professionalism, and clutch playoff moments. His 1,432 receptions with the team put him among the NFL's all-time leaders. Aaron Donald dominated the Los Angeles Rams' defensive line from 2014 to 2023. Donald's unmatched strength and quickness made him a nightmare for opposing offenses. His 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards highlight just how special he's been. Joe Montana served as the San Francisco 49ers quarterback from 1979 to 1992. Montana brought calm, accuracy, and leadership to 4 Super Bowl titles with the 49ers, going 4 wins, 0 losses in Super Bowls with 11 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, shows how flawless he was when it mattered. Steve Largent played wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks from 1976 to 1989. Largent became Seattle's first true star and set the standard for the franchise long before the modern era. When he retired, his 819 receptions were an NFL record.